make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
All right, what's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail, man. You know, every close fight is not a robbery. I know, I just waited a little bit to make this video, but so here's the thing. I've been watching fights for years and years and years. Had a boxing podcast for years. And me and my co-host, we used to say, everything isn't a robbery. Some things might be a petty theft. You might have got your pocket picked, but was it a robbery? No. And here's the thing. People, when it comes to fights, like boxing is completely different than basketball, baseball, football, right? It's more closer to football in some ways than most think. But here's what happens. A boxer could be, a round is 3 minutes long. A boxer could actually be controlling 2 minutes and 30 seconds of a fight. And then, get caught with some good combinations in the last 30 seconds. Not an all out, just blitzkrieg getting pummeled, but just pow, 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 pow. Okay, that's all you need. And the crowd goes, wow, and they forget the 2 minutes and 30 seconds of move it. And during that time, with some people, you go, oh, that was a good shot. Oh, that was a good shot. But hey, most fans, unfortunately, all they remember is the last 30 seconds of a round. That's it. That old Sugar Ray Leonard effect, with the last 10 seconds, and the people go, oh my God, he was killing him. No, he just threw a flurry at the end of the round and you forgot everything that happened in the whole round. That's pretty much what goes on. So this is why things are not a robbery. Then we got to go to this part. Boxing is one of those sports where fans don't count the rounds. They count the excitement. So I remember back in Danny Garcia was fighting Lamont Peterson. And I was like, Danny Garcia won the fight, but he got his ass kicked. And what does that mean? That means he had more rounds in the bank early in the fight. So he was ahead, well ahead. But Lamont Peterson made a comeback that was so strong. He's like, well, he lost the fight because he lost the rounds, but he kicked his ass. That's how it went. Like he started giving him the business, but he lost the fight. But fight fans can only they get ridiculous. I remember Sergio Martinez, El Maravilla, versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. And we went to like Chola's. It's kind of like it's a Hispanic Hooters. I don't think they still in business, but it was a dope spot though. So they got the fight. Sergio Martinez is whipping up on Chavez Jr. the whole fight till like the last round. He gets dropped, and I'll never forget it because it's a completely Hispanic environment. But it was more, of course, it's more Mexicans in Texas, and and Sergio Martinez is from, I think, Argentina. So 90% of the people in there standing up like, oh, what's the decision? Oh, it's close. Chavez could have pulled it off, and it's like he lost the first 10, 11 rounds. Your emotions is way. You forgot all of that. You forgot all them 2 pieces, 3 pieces, pot shots, movement slips, body shots, the bombs being. You forgot all that and just what could happen? Boxing fans get emotional and forget everything. So every close fight is not a robbery. And that wasn't even a close fight. I remember. Let's do Mayweather Maidana 1. I remember making a prediction. I was like, it's gonna be a good fight, but McDonald's not gonna win. But if I was McDonald, I'd do every dirty, tricky thing you could do, because there's no way to beat him boxing. And McDonald was, headlocks, body slams, dirty shots. The fight was crazy. Tried to cheat with the gloves, but and he won probably about 4 rounds, maybe 3-4 rounds in that fight. But he was so aggressive and dirty, everything you wanted all the dirty stuff to count that didn't count. So people, oh man, it was close. Oh, it's like, he was robbed. It was a closer fight than that. No, it wasn't. It was very exciting, but you tripping. So then we get to let me see who I could think of. One of the biggest ones I could say, Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev, the first one. The first one, I remember, we were doing the podcast, and I was like, I was scoring the fight, and I said, you know what? I had Andre Ward winning 7-5. And he said, well, and my co-host was like, well, technically, that means he won. And I was looking at it like it was a draw. I'm like, no, because, he had the knockdown was a 10-8 round, So, Kovalev won 5 rounds plus the knockdown. He's like, yeah, but Andre Ward won in 6 rounds, nullifies, the 5. And I was like, oh, I forgot. And then the 7 means, he pulled it out because he took over the second half of the fight. So I was like, yeah, but it was such a good fight, an exciting fight, a close fight that went out the window. I was like, because emotions get involved. Sometimes, your personal preferences get involved. Like, I like this guy over that guy. So sometimes people could win a close fight, and you be like, that could have leaned the other way, but you like the person, so no, they won convincingly. No, they didn't. Or then a person could lose a close fight, and you like them. It's like, oh, they got robbed. And it's like, no, they didn't get robbed. They just lost a close fight, And the reason I say that is because I didn't even watch the whole fight. I think I fell asleep after round 7. But from what I understand, Lomachenko went ham 9, 10, and 11 and just gave up 12. So that made it a close fight. But robbery, no. And then people are like, oh, he got robbed on the cards. I will say there's some boxing judges out there that are horrible. That that 8-4 thing probably shouldn't go. But I will also say this. People forget that's how Lomachenko lost to Teofimo Lopez. He got out real slow and tried to come back at the end. And a lot of times we look at fights and we go, when somebody closes out strong, you forget everything that happened in the beginning of the fight. And some fighters can close out strong, but they didn't win the first 3/4 of the fight. So that still counts, Plus, fighting is objective because, boxing is one of those things where you can get whipped up on all night and get hit with a punch and knocked out. And then all of a sudden it negates everything. And sometimes that's the way that fans look at the fights too. People will go, oh, he got caught. He was lax on defense. He got caught with a lunky punch. Kind of like when Mickey Bay lost his first fight. If y'all saw that, he was up. He was showboating. Then ba 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 ba. Ref was like, it's over. And it's like, what happened? It's crazy, but that's how fighting goes. But when you finish the fight, man, it's in a close fight. It's just a close fight. But that's just my opinion. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.